Yet to lose on their travels. Martin Fisher describes the action.
Older Wednesdayites might remember some pretty traumatic visits from Nottingham Forest down the years. The 7-1 drubbing on April Fool's Day in '95 maybe, or the 3-0 last day defeat 5 years earlier that saw them relegated from the top flight. Current boss Brian Laws was in Brian Clough's side that afternoon. This afternoon he's hoping to mastermind a third successive win for the Owls. A first start for summer signing Tommy Miller in the midfield. James O'Connor has a tight hamstring. He of the rocket shot, Radoslav Majewski, picked up a knock in training. Flagman Nathan Tyson became a father again in the early hours of the morning. So Paul Anderson and Joel Lynch return for Forest. The 129th meeting between these two famous clubs. First here was an FA Cup tie some 116 years ago. In January 1883, Wednesday ran out 3-2 winners. Goals have been a recent feature of games involving these two clubs. This is Dexter Blackstock. Oh. Anderson skating forward here. He's got Garner up in support. Here is Garner. Great chance, Forest. And what a wonderful stop that was by Lee Grant. Garner will probably feel that he should have worked the goalkeeper much more than that. Fantastic counter-attack by the visitors. Real pace here by Anderson. Vision too. The pass rolled perfectly for the arriving Garner, and he just didn't get hold of it, did he? Anderson with the resultant corner. Headed away by Tudgai. Wednesday struggling to get any distance in this clearance. Anderson again, floating it in. Oh, goal! What a start by Nottingham Forest. Dexter Blackstock with it. And where on earth was the Wednesday defence? Well, 2 weeks ago, Billy Davis's men scored inside a minute against Derby. Inside 2 minutes today at Hillsborough, they're one up again. Anderson, who put Garner through seconds ago, centres for Blackstock. It's not the greatest of headers, but it's on target. It's beyond Lee Grant, and it's a fabulous start for Forest. Well, his team haven't started yet. Fast asleep. Varney. Corner given. Must have come off Chris Gunter last. Varney on a 4-month loan from Derby County, where he never really quite fitted in. Wednesday's first corner, and Forest have brought everybody back to defend this. It's pulled all the way back, driven in by Tommy Miller. Forest still need to clear this. Oh, goal was by Tudgai. And Lee Camp just helps it over. Two players that were once colleagues at Derby County. Tudgai, 3 goals in his last 2 games. There was not much on there, but very nearly got it up and over. Michael Gray with the corner. It's an in-swinger. Tudgai couldn't keep it down. Brian Laws spent 6 seasons at Nottingham Forest under Brian Clough for the Lions' share of that. Describes it as his best time in football. Good climb by Tudgai. Miller. Johnson has the pace to burn off Gunter. Varney! Couldn't quite get his legs right there, the man on loan from Derby County, Luke Varney. Took it with the right foot when maybe the left would have been the better option. Cohen for Blackstock. Oh, Forest might be in again. Anderson. Allowed to carry it a long way. And Blackstock! Could have had a second. Again, it's Anderson's legs down the left-hand side. This time Blackstock is the man that couldn't put it away. Potter. Tudguy. Now Miller. Couldn't get hold of it there, Tommy Miller. Released by Roy Keane at Ipswich. Second time that's happened to him in his career. When he was at Sunderland, Roy Keane didn't fancy him. Forest travelling fans then join themselves again in South Yorkshire. Tudguy. Here's Tommy Miller, taking in his stride. Wednesday have to come back to spur, but Johnson has pace, and he's inside away from Gunter. Good recovery from the fullback. And it's Cohen in the way from Potter's shot. Buxton. Morgan away. Down by Tudguy in! Marcus Tudguy finds the net again for Sheffield Wednesday. Suspicion that it took a big deflection on its way past Lee Camp in the Forest goal. Forest couldn't get any distance in their clearances, and when it came down to the in-form Marcus Tudguy, his shot, I think, came off Wes Morgan just there, and wrong foots Lee Camp, and Sheffield Wednesday level 6 minutes before the break. Tudguy will claim it, his fourth goal in the last 3 games. Garner. This is Blackstock. 2 to beat. He's on the throw. It's just about the maximum that he could have done there. Boxed into the corner. Lynch asking for some movement. Cohen inevitably the one that finds it. Lynch crosses deep. Anderson back in. It's McGoldrick. It's McGoldrick. Well, unable to get any real power in the shot, but did well just to get that shot away at all. Seems to be bouncing away from him. Good delivery by Lynch. Anderson does ever so well to keep this ball alive. And then McGoldrick closed down by 2, kept it on target. Wednesday looking very threatening at the moment. Johnson, shots on here, Johnson! Well, he snatched at it, didn't he? Suddenly there was a space, and the Jamaican had the whites of the goal to aim for, and pulls it well wide of the target. Buxton, it was his ball forward that led to Sheffield Wednesday's first goal. Tudguy, who got that first goal. Buxton to swing it across. Bonnie! Well, it was almost a goal for Sheffield Wednesday, and almost Luke Barney's first goal since joining the club again on loan. Well, he's had a couple of chances this afternoon, Luke Barney, and it bounced into his path here. But it's excellent defensive work by Lynch. Great. Cohen for Blackstock. And now Anderson. Goldrick through the centre. Anderson's showing his pace again. He's lost Buxton. Oh, so close! McCleary! And the angle was too tight. Well, it was brilliant pace again by Paul Anderson. The third time he's shown Buxton a clean pair of heels. And McGoldrick couldn't get there. And on the stretch, McCleary needed to make a firmer impression than he did. And he couldn't direct it goalwards. The angle was against him, and he was under pressure too. Lynch, McGoldrick. Nice turn. Supported by Anderson. Raised back at him. Forest only have 2 in the box at the moment. Lynch, McGoldrick. Blackstock arriving. And now Anderson, Blackstock. And it's the second time he's not been able to get his feet right in the 6-yard box. The fall for Anderson. Anderson! Oh! It was dropping, it was swerving, and it needed to be turned over by Lee Grant. If anybody deserves a goal, it's Paul Anderson. one thing on his mind here, to get it on target. He did that, and but for Lee Grant, Forest might have edged in front again. In comes the corner, and it's a weak header. And it's that man Blackstock again. Either side of Lee Grant, and that was 2-1 Forest. The best chances are falling Blackstock's way. Morgan has been pulled out of the middle. Despite his best efforts, can't prevent the throw. Centre-half Mark Beavers already in the 6-yard box. It's long in from Spur. And there is Pearce. Get the real power that he wanted. Not quite the accuracy. It's Forest pressing forward now. And Beavers prevents the corner. On my watch, we've now played the 5 minutes that referee Steve Tanner promised. It's now or never for Nottingham Forest. And they don't appear in any great rush. Referee blows. It's all over at Hillsborough. Handshake between the two managers. Honours shared after a bustling afternoon in the Hillsborough sunshine.